Maria Nadabov here at the 2018 Massachusetts Independent Film Festival. We have just seen a documentary film entitled Movies of the Future with Lloyd Kaufman. Geoff Truly is the filmmaker, and Frankie Frayne is the producer and cinematographer and editor. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you.
Tell us a little about this film, what inspired it, and how you got in touch with all those fabulous people to make it.
Frankie and I both grew up watching Lloyd Kaufman movies, and if you haven't seen him, he's an exploitation filmmaker. He's made things like The Toxic Avenger, The Class of Nukem High, Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. If the titles don't tell you what he is, nothing will. So I think both of us grew up really liking what he did. And your relationship with him earlier?
Yeah, I had an independent film that my only dream when I was a teen was to get distributed by Troma for some reason, and somebody somewhere along the line was like, that's actually not that hard. So I got into their festival in '06. They have a festival called Troma Dance, and then that led to a distribution deal, and it only actually recently got released.
Yeah.
So that also speaks to the integrity of the company. But Lloyd was a huge inspiration to me when I was 14, and I wanted to know how shitty blood was made. And he wrote a book actually called All I Need to Know About Filmmaking I Learned from the Toxic Avenger. And when I was that age, that was my little filmmaking Bible. So when I heard Geoff was making a documentary about it, he tapped me and was like, hey, can I get some help with cinematography and editing? And I was just really grateful that he brought me along for the ride.
Wow. That's excellent. Can you tell us, so how did you get in touch with all those people, and how long did the whole process take?
The whole process took way too long. It took 3-4 years or so. I had been collecting a lot of, there's so much archival Troma stuff, as you saw, the different interviews they have with him. It just took a while, and what we didn't have was a backbone for the movie, and that was the clips you see of him shooting the latest installment of The Class of Nukem High. That's when Frankie and I drove out to Niagara Falls, 8 hours from there, and spent a few days just kind of living on set, and that's when we got the narrative. I got in touch with Roger Corman and Stan Lee through my own, begging, and Lloyd Kaufman just being the ultimate kind of self-promoter. So as I said, someone asked the same question in there. Lloyd, I think, was giving me numbers he shouldn't have given me, but I got in touch with him anyway. It was so great to meet Roger Corman, and I grew up on Marvel Comics, so that stuff was great. But yeah, it's a very sort of low-budget affair that you saw in there, but it does class up the joint a bit when you have Stan Lee and Roger Corman in there.
It's worth mentioning that on the trip to Niagara Falls that we shot, we also started developing another movie that Geoff wrote, I directed, and that was at Massachusetts Independent Film Festival a few years ago too. And you might have even been in it. Yeah. I think you might have been the female lead, if I remember correctly. So that was super cool. It was like we were intersecting creatively right at that moment when Geoff was directing his movie, and then we got to make a movie together. So it's like 2 movies for the price of 1 or something.
Speaking of, are there any other upcoming ventures for you guys?
Well, we don't like each other anymore, so it's. No, yeah. I've been active on YouTube with a number of web series, and that's been keeping me kind of busy.
I just finished the first pass at a script, a fictional narrative one that is depressing as hell, and I need a few more passes at it to make it a little less depressing as hell. But I'm not sure what's next. I definitely want to make something. I think I'm okay with documentaries for now. This one took so long to make. I think the next thing that I would like to do would probably be fictional narrative, which is what Frankie and I worked on. The last movie we made together that was actually here. I wrote and he directed, so I'm going to go back to screenwriting, I think, at this point.
Excellent. And where can we keep tabs on you?
Almost nowhere. Yeah, I don't have a website. I'm terrible at self-promotion. This gentleman, however, probably has.
I'm fabulous at it. No, I have redcowentertainment.com, and you can see the YouTube channel Red Cow Entertainment. So you can see the movie that we made. There's also a trailer for it. You can get it for like $2 on YouTube. It's called Having Fun Up There.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on your film.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.